Hey y'all. Come on to pull some cards today. Hopefully y'all are doing wonderful. I'm fantastic. Got a good night's sleep. See if any of y'all need some cards pulled today. I think I got through all my stuff, so I can work on your stuff today. We can have a party. Maybe I'll start pulling some cards before you guys show up. See what the vibe is in the room. I know everybody's going through stuff right now. I've been seeing it. It's the end of the world. And we're all feeling it. Anything to add, Spirit? Fork in the road. Unfinished symphony. Chaos and conflict in reverse. Treasure Island. Should turn on this light. What, are y'all still sleeping? You got jobs or something? Shizzle. That's no fun. New life. Treasure Island, new life. This is looking really good. No place like home. And yang energy. These are some stabilizing forces, family. I see the home becoming stable. You've had to make a choice between peace and conflict. And you're choosing peace. I'm choosing peace too. All right, let's get some tarot. There's major stabilizing forces coming into home. And this home is going to be separated from the rest of society. Look, on your treasure island, you're in the middle of the ocean. And this there's no place like home card, you're kind of like hung up here, out away from everything. With God. This stabilizing force is going to allow you to make some major moves in your life. You got the yang energy going for you. And you're cutting out conflict. The conflicts of this unfinished symphony that's been going on and on for decades, probably. of being attacked over and over again, gang stalked. Gang stalked. It's amazing to me, the depth of that term. It's the most maddening thing I think you could do to somebody. I mean, I've never experienced waterboarding. My lawyer at court assured me that it was much more torturous than what I was going through with the court and my probation officer and whatnot. So it must be pretty bad. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced waterboarding. But it seems similar to gang stalking in the way that it's consistent. It never stops. The one thing you can always count on is it coming at you again. But you're finding yourself a new life in a new home. And this new life is filled with treasure. The treasure of love is what I just heard. Look at all these hearts coming out of that house on Treasure Island. It's just hearts everywhere. It's a home filled with love, which is the true currency of the new world. I'm happy about that. Gosh, it's chilly in here. This fan is running in here. I don't know. I don't want to turn it off because I'll probably just end up turning it up. Just put my hood on. It's a gray day today. It's a bit of a somber moment, it feels. Not for me, really, but for the rest of the world. I feel like people are in some sort of mourning. I think they see their defeat. I think they see they're defeated. It feels that way. Like, you know, after a big game in the locker room, a big game that you lost, that feeling, everybody in the locker, no one's really talking to each other. They're all sulking around, and just like some of them are even crying. You know what I mean? Because they lost. They lost. They lost the game. All right. What do you want to add to this spirit? It looks to me, I got 6 of Pentacles and 4 of Cups. And it's coming in actually under this fork in the road over here. And what this is telling me is you're about to get equal reciprocity from something that you missed out on in the past. An opportunity you once had and missed out on is coming back. And you're gonna have equal reciprocity this time. I gotta turn this fan on. I'm freezing. can't get stupid fans to turn off ever. Whatever. Oh, goodness. Alright, so you've got a missed opportunity coming back around to give back to you. Let's see what this is about. Oh. Somebody overcame the devil. And look who it is. It's a Knight of Cups. A Knight of Cups, some kind of a love interest has overcome the devil. A love interest, a missed opportunity from the past. This Knight of Cups is an earth angel. Temperance. This earth angel sees you're disappointed, and they want to bring you out of this feeling of disappointment and sorrow. They want to change that. Whatever disappointment you're in right now. Queen of Pentacles. There's a new life coming in for the healer. Stability, like I was saying, this is like major stability coming in. Oh, I think I might have turned that fan off. Nice. I'm trying to keep my head covered, Avita, but it's hard. It feels weird. So yeah, there's like major stability in this reading. There's a home coming in, a new home. There is a healer here, a lover coming in, an earth angel. And there's major material, financial stability showing up in your new life. And if you look on this card, there's a bear. You're protected. Not only are you protected, but you're a protector. Anything else, Spirit? The Hierophant. You're a spiritual leader. And you don't do things according to the norm. You are a revolutionary, a seer, a prophet. Your words are meant to dispel confusion. Your truth is to dispel the confusion in the external world and to break the illusion. With your actions, your truth. And I've been seeing a lot of the channels y'all have been starting. Like, thumbs up. You guys are looking so great. You're looking fantastic. I'm really proud of you. You're taking action. You're following your soul guidance and you're taking action. I'm so proud to have you as my soul family. I can't remember a time when I was proud of my family except for my kids. You know, it's like crazy. It's like a whole new world, isn't it? I love you guys so much. Like crazy. All right. There's still inverted Knight of Wands taking action. Let's see what they're flipping talking about. It's a coyote. It's mischief. It's thievery. It's trying to quiet you. They're trying to keep you from speaking. Who's in here? You gonna say hi? Is that why the Knight of Wands came up just now? That reading was going really good. Hey, Jen. Is that Jen? Yeah. Good morning, Jen. How are you doing? We got an inverted Knight of Wands in the room already, Jen. Somebody who's stealing and trying to keep us from speaking. Oh yeah, it's pretty early there, huh? In San Francisco. Oh, I love San Francisco, Jen. It's a good spot, isn't it? You like SF? It's a beautiful town. It's so pretty. Like for a city, it's like an amazing city. I'm not usually big into big cities, but San Francisco's the shit. Plus Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead, like, yeah. Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead ran around that town and spruced it up. Got the good vibes going. That's probably why it's such an awesome city. Well, plus it's a cool spot, but you know, in yeah, the law is way too corrupted there. Oh my gosh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I've never been in a worse place as far as police corruption. San Francisco's the worst. The worst. I was stalked horribly there. I've been to jail in San Francisco, at least half a dozen times, and I never did anything wrong. They'd just take me in and then let me out. They like to strip search me. They like to take me in to strip search me. To the substation on Haight Street. That was their spot. There was this one undercover. He was the worst one. I can't remember his name, and he's lucky that I can't remember his name. Yeah, total pervs. But he would go around, he would work Haight Street and bust people for selling haze on Haight Street all day. And, and mess with me, basically. Like, that was his thing. Him and a couple of his buddies. And then at night, this exact same cop, he had blonde hair, he was, like, thinning on top, and he was probably in his late 30s, early 40s when this happened. But there was actually, when I got home, there was some kind of Netflix show on San Francisco undercover cops. Every single undercover that had been following me was on the show. It was the strangest thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I just got back from there. I was just gotten back to Michigan. And they showed a show on all of the undercovers that traumatized the shit out of me. So that would be one way to find out who did all that, is if you could find that show. Because it's all those guys. And they were on TV in Michigan. I think it must have been Netflix. But I don't know. It might have been like the History Channel or something. But anyways, this guy he'd do this all day on Haight Street. And then he'd go down to Mission. I don't know, Jen, if you know where Mission is, where the courthouse is and stuff. But Mission is where the hot youth hostels and stuff are. Fame fiends, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, on Mission Street is where you could sell crack and buy crack. And this guy would go down there. He was an undercover cop. He would go down there and bust people selling crack, take their stash, and then you could find him selling it and smoking it. He even sold the shit to get a few extra bucks. He must have had a different drug addiction that he had to buy. Probably opiates. Just saying. Glen Park. Isn't that right off Mission? Isn't that a Mission area? See, it's been so long since I've been to Frisco, and I literally hung out, like, in Twin Peaks or, Haight-Ashbury. It is near the Mission? Yeah. That's cool. The inverted Knight of Wands left. It's so funny, Jen. I'm like sitting here pulling cards. I've been on here for about... Okay, yeah. I mean, I can like picture it. I can picture it. Right where the train goes by and shit. There's the train. The road goes under, Mission goes under and stuff. It's right in that area. The city colleges, I think. I don't know. It's been so long. But I used to play guitar in that area. When I hung out in that area when I had court, because I was always so scared I wouldn't make it over there because I was always getting arrested. So if I had court, I would literally like hang out by the courthouse for a few days. I would sleep on the... You know what was funny about San Francisco is you could sleep on the courthouse lawn. It was back when I was there. It was illegal to sleep in public, and that was half the reason I would go to jail all the time, because they would give me these sleeping in public tickets that were $80 a pop, and if I had $80 to pay a ticket, I would have had a hotel, because you could get a hotel for $80 in Oakland. Anyways, so they kept giving me these tickets, and then I'd get warrants for them, and they would put me in jail. They'd bring me down to the substation to strip search me for it. You know, because homeless people are really dangerous. So anyways, I forget where I was going with that. Oh, yeah. But, so it was illegal to sleep. Like, you literally couldn't sleep anywhere. If you got caught sleeping, you got a ticket for $80. But you could sleep on the courthouse lawn. So I would go and just crash on the courthouse lawn for a few days before court to make sure I didn't end up in jail or something. It's all camp out in front of the city hall now. I bet you, because now it's legal. And I don't know why people that are homeless always tend to stay in, like on the Mission. I think there's, like, I haven't been in California for so long, but I believe on the Mission is probably, like, Skid Row at this point. Or in somewhere in that area. And I never understood that. Like, why not go find a nice spot in the park? That's what I did. But some people just put up tents right on the sidewalk. And the cement zaps your energy. It is so bad for you. Those people, I don't know how they survive like that. One time I slept down in the Mission. Sometimes it just ended up like where you went, what you were doing. You're like, all right, I guess we're sleeping here tonight. And I found a, like a little cutout, and I got a cardboard box, and I laid that down on the sidewalk, and I slept there one night, and it almost killed me. Like, it just sucked all the energy out of my body. I've never slept on cement since then. But if anybody here is homeless, find some grass to sleep on. It is so bad for you. That's why you feel like shit. If you feel like shit, that's why. You can't separate yourself from that cement. You gotta get on ground. But yeah, that would be nice about California now is, you don't get arrested for being homeless anymore, I don't think. That's funny. The tenderloin. It's so fun. It's funny hearing those words that it's just been so long. Down in the tenderloin. That's where Skid Row is, I'm sure. I got my guitar stolen down there. My third guitar. I think that was my last one. No, it wasn't. That was my second one. I've had 3 guitars stolen. And the third one, and a bass, guitar, and the third one, when the bass and my third guitar got stolen, I quit playing guitar. I was like, fuck this. It's too stressful trying to keep a guitar. Everybody fucking steals it. I can't do it. So I just quit playing music. It's fucking crazy. But I've decided as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna get a guitar and start playing again. I miss that. I miss having a guitar to fuck around with. Yeah. I do both. Yep. And then I wouldn't say I can sing, but I do sing. I love singing. And I love playing guitar too. You know, I'd have to really, I haven't played in 20 years, Jen. I lost my last guitar from Jamie, the one I was saying my family killed. Like, weird, because he stole every single musical instrument I had. And he stole like $15,000 off my mom's credit card. Aw, thanks, Jen. That's awesome. And then he told me he had cancer. And like, he just put me through so much shit. Like, seriously, he was going through chemo. But this whole time, it wasn't cancer. It wasn't chemo. He was smoking crack again. I'll teach you, Jen, once I figure out how to play it again. But it's, you know, I picked up one not too long ago, and I was able to play a couple of songs that I wrote. And I was able to pick it up within a few minutes. And I like finger picking stuff. So I was, you know, I was like, this is going to be a lot to pick back up again. And it was, and it came right back. Like, you know that song, Dust in the Wind? I love the finger picking on that. And I remembered that song and another one that I made up. And I was like, damn, this is awesome. I'm going to get a guitar and start playing again. And not only that, but when I had that stroke, I messed my whole left side up, which is the side I do this with. And so that is an issue. Like, playing drums, it's an issue. Any like alternating movement. So I've been trying to do stuff like that too. I taught myself. Well, I didn't really teach. I shouldn't say that. My friend Gavin, when I was in high school, he taught me like a bunch of like Jimi Hendrix songs and Led Zeppelin songs. And then I actually got my mom to pay for some lessons for me when I was like in high school sometime. And his name was Randy Valancourt. He was amazing. And he taught me how to read music. You know, that was important, obviously, to learn how to read sheet music. And then my parents forced me to learn how to play piano. So I already had a kind of a grasp of the sheet music. But this teacher was awesome because he'd be like, any song you want to learn how to play, I'll teach you. So just pick a song. And so like that like Led Zeppelin song, Over the Hill and Through the Woods, Over the Hills. Anyways, I like anyways, I love that song. And I was like, I brought that in, and he would just listen to it, and then he would figure it out right there in front of me. It would take him like three listens to the whole song, and he would have it all written out for me on you know, the cheater sheets. I forget what they're called. And so he would just teach me any song I wanted to learn. And so I learned a lot that way. And then I just played after that. You know, I only had lessons with him for a few months. But it was enough. And yeah, and now I don't really know how to read the music or anything anymore. I don't know if I could even tune my guitar anymore. I used to be able to tune it by ear. But it'll come back. So, yeah. And not only that, but when I was a kid, I hung out with a lot of creative types. And we all, like, our thing was build a fire, everyone bring an instrument, we're playing guitars, drums, and we're singing. And when I was a kid, my mom used to make fun of me and laugh at me because she said I couldn't sing. And so I would never sing. And one time I was out with all of my friends, and they were all jamming, and it was, you know, a particular set of friends that I really just loved, and especially the guitar player. His name's Adam LeBeau. You can find him on Facebook. He's a musician now down in Ann Arbor. But he's just a really good friend of mine and just very comfortable person to be around. And he just kept on going, sing for me, Beth, you know, because he just wanted me to sing for him. And so I started singing. I was like, I can't sing. I suck at singing. And he's like, just sing for me. I don't care what it sounds like. And so I just started, just because he was like, just scream it out, just belt it out. I don't care what it sounds like. So I did. And he literally, his jaw dropped and he's like, you can't sing. Give me a break. And that's when I was like, oh, that's part of the program. I can actually sing. So yeah, I sing. I've never really sang and played guitar at the same time, though. When I played guitar, I still thought I couldn't really sing more than anything. And not only that, but it's like, I like more like finger picking stuff, that not just like strumming and singing along. I like really like, I don't know if you've ever heard Michael Hedges, but he is an amazing guitar player. And if you ever get a chance to hear him, he does like covers of a lot of different, like Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan and stuff like that. He's really awesome. But it's like finger picking. Story vaping. They're just jealous. That's funny. And like, who was that Aurora girl last night? Because I subscribed to everybody's channels. And I noticed that she had new videos posted this morning. And I checked her out. She's like really young. She's like 16 years old. 15, 16 years old. Oh, my card pulling. Actually, right before you came on, Jen, one of the Dark Force came on. And as soon, okay, so before that, I'll tell you what I was talking about before that, because it was actually really awesome. We're talking about being at a fork in the road and closing out unfinished symphonies. Thank you. I appreciate that, Emma. That's nice of you to say. So you're at a fork in the road. There's, because of this unfinished symphony, this broken record, okay, of your life, you know, repeating this same fucking broken record. And so basically you met this fork in the road and decided to close out this cycle and cut out anything that caused conflict. You just turn conflict on its head. And you're moving towards your treasure island. And I was saying too, there's a bunch of stability coming in this reading. It's talking about a home. It's talking about a home with like filled with love. And it's also talking about a home that's like not around anybody. It's secluded. It's talking about a new life. And look at this home too, another home card. And this home, it's like literally hung up on a post away from everything. This is what's coming in. And it's this home and this stability that's going to allow your yang energy to explode. That's action. You're going to be able to take action from this new home, this new stability. And so then I pulled some tarot. And what I'm getting is that something is coming back from your past. That something that you felt like you missed an opportunity with. And it's coming back to give back equal reciprocity. Hell yeah, you gotta be able to blast the reggae loud. My neighbors don't care about my loud music, but my neighbors also try to kill me, so it'd be nice to be a little secluded. Oh, shizzle. Okay, so we've got something coming in from your past, and an opportunity that you felt like you missed. Because this is where it gets good, Jen. I swear this is just a carryover from yesterday. All the readings just glide together, don't they? Anyways, so there is some sort of Knight of Cups that's coming in, a love interest that has overcome the devil. The most interesting thing about this love interest coming in, though, is that they're an earth angel. And they're literally coming to balance out your... I have a feeling it's an emperor. We haven't gotten quite there yet, Jen. Don't get too excited, okay? It's looking really good so far, though. But then the flippin' imposters interrupted, so I couldn't get there. I couldn't get there yet. But yes, it is an earth angel. So yes, it's an emperor, Jen. It's your emperor. This emperor seems to think you're disappointed about something. And they would like to turn that upside down. They want to dry your tears. Then we get the Queen of Pentacles, the healer, coming right in under new life. The healer has a new life coming in, and the Queen of Pentacles speaks of stability, wealth. Your new life includes stability and wealth for the healer, if you're a healer. If you're not, this isn't your reading. Now, with the Hierophant card inverted, you are turning the spiritual world upside down. You are taking charge, leadership, but not in the conventional way. You're doing it your own way. Oh, Jen, trust me, the cards talk all about sweet, smart, and sexy. Definitely. Oh, there's something so sexy about an intelligent man. Tall, handsome, rugged, genius man. It's very attractive. So there's that. So this leadership position that you're taking on as a spiritual leader is actually to clear up the confusion and chaos that the world has created. You're here to clear the clutter and break the illusion. It's looking good so far, don't you think? And then we get the inverted Knight of Wands comes in the room, and the Seven of Swords. They're stealing and trying to keep you from speaking. You must have something important to say. You know, I'm feeling important all of a sudden. I've never felt so important in my life. But taking down the dark force seems like a pretty important job, and I'm loving it. Intelligent and kind is hecka sexy. Yes, yes, Hercules. You're so sassy, Jen. I love it. Oh, shizzle sticks. Avita. Yep, every time you gain 2 subscriptions, you lose one. I was telling you that, Avita. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. That's why it takes so long to climb up, because YouTube only lets you get half of your subscriptions. That itself is important. Oh. It is important. It is. You know, I used to think, this is funny. I used to think everyone was created equal. That's something I've learned in the ascension process to not be true. That's not true. Everybody's not created equal. Some of us are much more advantaged than others. And it's not because things are unfair. It's just because of the work our souls have put in prior to incarnating into these bodies. So you can't really give everybody an equal shake or a fair hand when everybody's not created equal. Some people can handle responsibility, others cannot. I don't know why I said all that. Apparently God wanted me to. I don't even remember what I just said, Jen. It's so weird. It makes me feel flighty, like I'm like, not smart. Because half the stuff that comes out of my mouth, I don't know what I'm saying. I know I have to be pretty smart to be able to put it all together, all the weird, jumbled stuff that comes through my mind. But, yeah, it's weird not being able to remember half of what you say. It's kind of like movies. I remember it in a way I remember a movie. I don't remember it at all until I see it again. I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen this. I know all about this. You know what I mean? Incarnation. You mean like reincarnation? Your incarnation? Um, okay. Well, here's what I know about incarnations. I'll just give you a broad sweep since I don't know exactly what you're getting at. Oh, and that's geese, by the way. The geese keep flying by my window. My forever lover's gonna be here soon. It's a real thing. Incarnation. So all of us have souls that we go to soul schools to develop. We do, put it this way, we do missions for God that gives us points. And those points give us, those points give us special attributes. It increases our light, the intensity of our light, every mission that we do. So when you incarnate, like say the first time that we incarnated here, Jen, was back at the beginning of the world. As we know it. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't know. I'm not going to say I know this. What I am going to say is I think probably the reptilians were here first. Okay? And God didn't really make the earth for them. He made it for, because he wanted to create stuff there. And somehow it got infiltrated or whatever. Anyways, God put humans in star seeds. And I think other human souls. But we'll get back to that. To get control of the earth. Whatever was going on. And Adam and Eve right away got zapped by the reptilians. And we've been trying to come back from that ever since. Reincarnating back in over and over again. To try to raise the vibration and to get the darkness out. To get the reptilian agenda out. And it's literally taken thousands of years. And we already screwed it up once. We worked thousands of years at it and then screwed it up in Atlantis. And then we've done it again. And now we're here again. So we've reincarnated over and over. And like I was telling you before, and I keep on getting confirmations of you and your twin flame being Isis and Osiris. And Jesus and Mary Magdalene. And others, I'm sure, that if I thought about it more, I could come up with it. But possibly Adam and Lilith. I think that's where it might have started. And when I say that, I mean like, yeah, that was where it started. And this is all kind of new to me. This has come through to me in layers too. I started seeing this back when I was in my early 20s. The whole ISIS thing. It was the only explanation for who I was and who they were. I just wasn't the same as them. And I resonated with that completely. So that was my first glimpse into that. But then there's been confirmations over and over, and with Jesus too. I resonate so much with Jesus. And I'm not even a Bible person. I rejected religion, but not Jesus. And I don't even believe that he's our savior and that you have to be saved by Jesus to go to heaven. But I do believe that I know Jesus personally. I also believe that the dark force that we're dealing with in our lives right now know us so well because they've been following us from lifetime to lifetime. And it's part of what makes it hard for us to detach from them is because we know them very well and we love them because we love everything. And we see the problems. We see the lack of love being the problem, which is why we try to pour love in every situation, and it's a mistake. But we see that as being the problem, and so we love them through it all, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, trying to get them to change their mind before the end of the world time, this time. And I'm hearing we have helped a lot. We've turned a lot of reptilians towards God throughout the years, the generations, the lifetimes. But we've also taken casualties. We have fallen angels. We have people, starseeds, who incarnated to try to help, who were tainted and fell. Yeah. Yeah. They want us to prove that love doesn't exist. But it does. And we've proven that by dealing with the most horrendous torture throughout our entire lives and still remaining loving people. It drives them crazy because this is exactly what they were trying to stop. We still manage to keep enough love in our hearts to unite with our divine partners. If they were able to extinguish our light, that never would have happened. And the end of the world, as we know it, would have gone the other way. This wasn't a sure shot. We had a good chance. But it wasn't 100%. And like I said, I when I used to do my nature videos and stuff, I used to always hold reverence for the fallen angels because, yeah, they're nasty people right now. But they were once one of us. And they got, basically the way I see it, they got deleted by the dark force. We lost one of our own. We lost a soldier. And we're not taking them home with us. That's sad. I don't know why I brought that up. Oh yeah. So this battle that we've been in for 5,000 years is I know. Hey, Luke, how's it going? Good to see you. So, yeah, I forget what I was talking about now. Yeah, so this wasn't a sure thing. We lost some people. And, you know, like I've been saying for the past week or two, it's time to, we're pulling back. We're wounded. We're pulling back. We're getting out of here. We won the last battle. I can feel it. There's a very somber feeling in the air. Yeah, the dark force is still running their mouths and whatnot, but it actually seems a little quieter today, doesn't it, Jen? I think it does. So, let me pull some more cards and see what they are, why they're showing up in my reading. Okay, Page of Cups, because they want to give you a message. They want to give you a message about what they stole, universe, or what? They want to give you a message that's going to block you from the truth. Imagine that. So they're trying to paint an illusion. This is why I keep on saying separate and elevate, because this is what they do. They see you are elevating. They're like, they quick get together, come up with a plan about how to hide this money you're going to see was stolen once you get out of this fog. Because you are very intelligent. Starseeds are very intelligent. But you're not going to believe how smart you really are. This fog it's fucking real. It's real. And as it lifts, I'm like so much smarter than before. When you can combine intuition with your flippin' okay. Oh, it's game day, huh? Awesome, Luke. Sounds like you got a great day planned. So, here's the thing. They're coming in and they're wanting to give you messages that are just going to throw you off your game. Like we were talking about yesterday, Jen. It's control tactics. They are going to call, they're going to try to give you some kind of emotional message, some kind of little stupid emotional message that will block you from seeing the truth. So my best advice is don't answer your phone and don't answer your door, because there's nothing good that can come of it. And when your twin flame comes in, you're gonna know it. So don't worry about that. Yeah, justice is coming in for these people because the truth is out. The truth is so funny how absurd the truth is. They made the truth so absurd that nobody would want to speak it because it sounds too absurd to talk about. It's like, no, that could never happen to anybody. You're welcome, Jen. Okay, so there's your 2 cents for the day. So justice is coming in because of the truth that you're speaking. And they want to block you from speaking the truth. And they want to burden you. Because it's these burdens they've been placing on you that have been blocking your... I was going to say something else, but now I'm really irritated. They have been blocking your twin flame and your flippin' love life and your 10 of Pentacles, your completion of a flippin' cycle. Who's in this room? I'm going to start over. But, yeah, the King of Pentacles is showing up. The Queen of Pentacles and King of Pentacles. They're taking a united force here. Obviously. And this is exactly what they're trying to stop. Exactly. Like, you know, we've been saying, like, oh, they're trying to block your love life because they don't want you to have any love and shit. Like, no, like, dead serious. This is the one thing that they've been trying to do. They don't want you coming together with your twin flame. And they will do anything to stop it. Anything. It's like serious shit. Like, really serious. Like I've said many times before, this must be the end. Because why is it so serious that I have a little love in my life? I mean, why is that so flippin' serious? But it's been the main agenda, the main objective my whole life. And it's worked. I have no love in my life. I have no love in my life. My kids even attack me usually. Okay? They're under the black magic too. Alright. I guess I'm going to clear this whole reading. Start over. Does anyone want a reading? I could do that if you would like. Defame your character. Because he's a good guy. He's a really good man. You want one? You got time, Luke? Let's do it. What do you want? Do you have a question? Give me a question so we can do a focus group here. Let's do a focus group. What do you want to talk about? I can pick a good deck for that one. Just wondered if I could be more productive. Okay. I'm going to get some animal, I don't know why, but I'm going to get some animal cards first. Universe, those cards don't belong in there. Could Luke be more productive? You know how you're more productive? I know the answer to this question already. You need to stop spinning your wheels. Sit back and relax more. The more you relax, the more you meditate, the more you rest, the more you regroup, the more you'll get done. It's really crazy, but that's how God works, and you are a God. So you got to just rest a lot and really think things through, and then you'll be super productive. But I'll get some cards on it too. You can't rush anything. God doesn't rush. If you rush, you'll miss the point. You got to take your time. Elephant, forgiveness. If you are feeling angry about past issues, the elephant is asking you to discover the more vulnerable feelings behind that anger. You are being asked to forgive and be gentle with others. So it's looking to me like possibly anger might be an issue with your productivity. Like you need to just forgive everybody. Maybe cry a little more. Get angry a little less. Cry about it. Oh, that's cool. You should start a YouTube channel. You should definitely start a YouTube channel. Even if you do get that job. I'm going to get some of these spiritual business cards. Talk to your angels instead of worrying. Ask for divine guidance. Flowers. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. Maybe you might think about working at like a flower shop or a greenhouse or something, or even growing weed. Those are flowers. I don't know where you live, if it's legal there. Builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. So while you're unemployed, build your own business. That's what I did. I've been dealing with unemployment like crazy. I can't get people to get me to work for them for nothing. Perfect. That's what I see you doing, Luke, is I see all of us doing that, our own channels. And you don't have to, and here's the thing, like, you don't have to get that class done for the breath work. Just start. You have to do a whole bunch of videos before YouTube will start running them anyway. And you can always delete them later if you don't like them. But just put videos out, put shorts out to get your name, pick out your Gmail name that you want your email to be, and then use that for your name, and then start making shorts. And if you're gonna do something on breath work, you could do a short, just like go out and be like, make sure, every day you go out and take a deep cleansing breath of fresh air, first thing in the morning, or something like that. You don't have to be a professional. All you're doing is trying to like put something out there. And then you can incorporate stuff into it, but do a video today, Luke. You could even do videos of your kids' games and stuff, like shorts of just like little bits of the game. And just start with that, with anything. I would do shorts on like different things I saw in nature. And I would say, oh, look, it's a sign that, abundance is coming. Or, I'd look up what different trees symbolized, to Indian shamans back in the day. And I would post stuff like that. But there's like anything. You could even just like post like, today's, you could do like the, what the stars are saying for that day or anything. You could just read a comic out of a comic book, just something to make people laugh. But yeah, I suggest you get started on that today. Because whether you get this job or not, you will always have that. That will be yours. And you can start building that. And it does take time. So you don't have to get ready to do it. You just do it. And you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So yeah, you're heading in the right direction. Skate videos? My youngest, oh, I love you too. My youngest father was a speed skater. He was in the Olympics and stuff. I think Olympic athletes are very highly developed souls. Their life path is of a higher purpose. But anyways. Oh, skateboarding. I did a skateboarding stint when I was a kid. I fell like twice and was like, fuck that. The cement hurts. I don't do that. I didn't mind riding like bikes around like trails and jumping bikes and stuff on dirt, but pavement and skateboards I was not a fan of. I think you must be brave, and I also think your knees must be shot. Just saying. School. Just talking about school. So you're going to take some classes so that you can share more knowledge on your channel. The answers that you're seeking involve going to school. Might have something to do with counseling. Yeah, stretching does help your knees a lot. You know what else helps your knees is like wall sits, at like where you just strengthen all the muscles around them. That's the main thing with joints. You have to have good muscle structure to support them. Otherwise, they're not going to do shit. You don't even have to have that good a cartilage in between, as long as you got good muscles supporting it. I used to be a physical therapist, so I've gone through a lot of knee stuff. I've been through all the injuries, all the normal wear and tear, all that stuff. And I specialize in back pain. I adjust backs. I'm almost more like a chiropractor. I got 2 subscribers here, me and Beth. Infinite abundance, Luke. You're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. So there's your sign right there. Like, you need to do whatever makes you absolutely happy. And if skating's making you happy, do skating videos. Because everybody likes to watch people being happy. And we're all like so different. We all benefit from everybody's strengths. As long as everybody is putting their strengths out there, we're golden. We're bulletproof. Especially now that we're uniting and coming together to be there for each other. We're bulletproof. That's what they've been doing to us all along. They've been coming up together to come against us. Okay. So that's what we're doing now. We're gang stalking the gang stalkers with our demons. At least I am. I actually I almost posted that picture that I wanted to show you guys, but I can't figure out how to get it on there. I don't know. I'll have to play with it more. But like the bride of Satan. I married all the demons so that they would start acting right. Yeah. They have made us incredibly strong, haven't they? I feel unstoppable too. I really do. It feels fantastic. And you know, I remember hearing about the apocalypse. I always knew these days were coming when I was a kid and I was still reading the Bible. And I always was like, I always knew I would be golden. I'd be okay because I live for God. So I always knew this day was coming. And I just remember reading about it in the Bible, like, this is going to be crazy. Everything's going to be burning. That's how I saw it too, was everything's going to be burning. And I just remember reading in the Bible, like, the chosen ones won't see all the carnage and whatnot. And I just remember thinking, like, I don't see how that is possible. How could you just everything blow up and me not be stressed about anything? You know, but I'm not. The whole world's about to blow up and I'm not stressed about anything. Well, I'm not going to say that completely, but you would imagine, like, it seems like the stress would be much greater. My only stress now is finding a hole to hide in. And, you know, I'm doing pretty good with that too. I talked with the girl who's helping me out right now last night, because I haven't really talked to anybody much. I've kind of been shell-shocked. And I talked to her last night, and she's like totally cool. She's so happy that she can help me. I'm so glad I talked to her, because I was feeling like I was imposing, but she's actually very happy to be able to help me, and that felt really good, because I'm not going to need help forever. Yeah, exactly. I was just I was telling her about, because she's got a bunch of stuff going on too. I'm like, well, haven't you heard about the end of the world? And she's like, no. And I'm like, well, let me fill you in. So I was telling her about that, and I'm like, all this apocalyptic stuff I see on TV, I'm like, it's like a good sign. I'm like, yes, cool, we're right on track. And I sound like a lunatic, but that's what the Bible said. That's how it's going to be. God's chosen are not going to fear the end of the world. There's nothing to fear. It's actually everything to celebrate. Yeah. I know, like both sides of the coin, it's all just a teacher. It's all just to teach us. I'm sick of it though, if you want to know the truth, Luke. I'm over it. I can tell I'm about to graduate from grad school with I can tell my dissertation's almost complete. I can tell. I'm so bored with school. I don't know. I was going to say spit, but I'm just so bored with it. I know that this is the end. You know what I mean? Anybody who's gone to school for a long time. I mean, even just getting through high school, that's just so long of school that by the time you get to the end, you're done. Not just done, but done. That's how I feel about this school. And so that's another reason I know this is the end, because I'm done. I don't have much more in me. I don't even think I have another final exam in me. All I can do is like make it to the library to print off my dissertation and put it in the cool folder to turn in. That's all I got. Hello. Godzilla. Oh no, cool pizza. It helps if I have classes. We had a Godzilla in here last night that was pretty wily. Uh-oh. I gotta plug in here. Alright, does anyone else want a reading? I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Did you guys miss me? From chaos comes order. Yep. What's that called? Scientist. Chaos is they talk about chaos in science. Where if you put two like, say you put a bunch of blue balls in a tank and a bunch of white balls in a tank, eventually they will mix up evenly all by themselves. What's that called? Dispersion or... Anyways, organized chaos. Something like that. But yeah, Luke, you the last card I pulled for you was Infinite Abundance. So, yes, you're going to be successful. It looks to me like you're going to do some schooling, some counseling stuff, probably on your channel. But get started right now. Like you said, you're already started. Cinematics. I've heard of that, but I don't know too much about it. All right, I'm gonna do Oh, I missed that. I'm going to pull some of these love cards. Just do a general love reading. Trying to avoid the karmics. I hear enough about them that are constantly in this room. Okay, so somebody's feeling like they're not enough in a relationship, going through some self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, jealousy. We got an imposter in here. Sunglasses. Somebody's watching, looking, and stalking. Somebody's gaslighting and focusing outward. All right, so we got a stalker. What else? Lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. So this stalker's about to go through like a serious upheaval and transformation. A surprise. Girl with the snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used. Enable boundaries. So this person that's about to go through, I can't believe I'm doing an enemy reading, but they're the ones they're the ones showing up. It's just whatever. I'll tell you guys what's going on. You're about to have a serious change. And this is because you've involved yourself with an empath and it made yourself the narcissist in their story. You're codependent, you're obsessive, possessive, controlling. You have some kind of a block going on, some kind of addiction. Possibly it's like a greed addiction, power addiction. It's probably all addictions because most likely you're reptilian, so you're just a glutton in general. Not today, not dealing with, not dealing, hurt. Avoiding a conversation, call, person, boundaries, still angry. That must be me. Yeah, I'm not dealing with it. I have justified anger, and I think that that's not going away ever. It's meant to be there to bring order to the world. The chaser. Chaser in codependent relationship. Fear of abandonment issues. Yeah, you really what you're doing right now stems from a fear of abandonment. You've probably been abandoned in your life, and it is a terrible thing. We've all been through it, especially starseeds. But the first response is to want to chase that person that's running from you. Because you're like, wait, I want you. Like, I need you, whatever. But that's a fear response. That's not of you. That's not of God. What is of God is when somebody runs from you, you stay right where you're at. And you turn inward and you figure out what's going on inside. And that's how you handle that. All right. We got soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Yeah, because you're chasing after somebody that has a soul contract with somebody else. And those contracts are signed by each partner, and they're also signed by God. They're irrevocable contracts. The only one that can revoke them is one of the partners or God himself. And I'm not even sure that that is possible. That might not even be possible. So you're chasing after a ghost. All right, what else? Yeah, this is a karmic relationship. Fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Yeah, it's this relationship that you're chasing after was only meant to teach you lessons. It literally is doom and gloom you're chasing after. It's not for you. It's meant for you to retract and turn in. Go inside. Go inward. And start loving you. And trust me, you're lovable. In a very unique way. In your own very unique way, you're very lovable. But you have to start loving on yourself and showing that lovable side of yourself before anybody's gonna know that you're even lovable. You have to exhibit your lovable side and process your darkness. Separation. And you do this by separating from everything and everyone. Yeah, you're gonna be sad. You're gonna be missing people. You're gonna be thinking about them, yearning for them, and unsure of your future. And you might even fall into your addictions. And that's fine. It happens to everyone. You'll work through it. The Grim Reaper. The relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Yeah, this person who's telling you they're not dealing with you, not today, not ever, it is like the end of this relationship. It's not going anywhere. There's no second chances. It's over. And it's just literally the relationship was meant for you to grow from. So that's what time it is. It's time to just grow. And release. Separate and elevate. Look, you've got keys on a ring. You have many options. Many unconventional options. One night stands. So you got all this fun you could go and do. Go do that. Have a good time. Just enjoy yourself. Love on yourself. Do what makes you happy. Quit chasing the doom and gloom, though. That's not going to help. Camera. Reminiscing. Keepsake. Perception. Learn from the past. Make memories. Yeah. It's probably a little hard for you to see this person that you planned on being with making memories with someone else. Or maybe they're watching their person on film. But they're soulmates. They signed a contract to be together before they came here. It has nothing to do with you, literally. Nothing to do with you at all. You were a lesson. Self-indulgence. Focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. So when you find yourself in a karmic relationship, that's when it's time to pull back and focus on yourself and figure out what it is, what darkness it is inside of you that is sabotaging your relationships. Because if you don't step back and focus on yourself right now, I mean, yeah, you can do your keys on a ring thing, do your flings, one night stands, drink, have fun, do whatever you got to do to get your shit out, But when it comes down to it, you need to spend some time alone and really work on loving yourself, because none of those people in your periphery are going to do that, because you have darkness in you. And so everything around you is going to reflect that darkness. You have to get rid of that first. Yeah. The mirror. Mirroring each other, self-image, relationships, reflect our wounds, introspection. So any person that you're going to have in your life is going to reflect your wounds. Hi. Just me, Bree? Bree? You Bree? Maybe? Hi, Bree. I'm doing a reading for the karmics right now. I don't know why. They're just in the energy, so just whatever. Yeah, so everything that you look at, every person you see is going to mirror the wounds within you. So the best thing you can do is separate yourself from all people and heal those wounds. So the next time you step out into the world, you see a nicer place to be. All right. That's probably enough of that. I'm trying, Jen. One reptilian at a time. It's not over till it's over. So I'm taking it to the bitter end. I'm going to keep trying to save their souls. You want a reading, Bree? I can throw some cards for you if you want. Or Paula. Thank you. I love to smile. I appreciate that. Paula, you want one? What's your question? All right, whoever shoots me a question first gets to go next, and then I'll do the next one. Jen, you're going to have to be in charge of keeping track of who's next for readings. And then you can just tell me. Just keep a list or something, if you don't mind. Relationship with father. All right, Paula, you're in. Relationship with father. Okay, I'm going to start with archetype cards, I think. Oh, shizzle. It's so much easier for me to give bad news when it's a general reading. So your father's a vessel for the dark force? Very immature. The eternal child won't grow up. You're going to have to give me some confirmation. I don't want to just sit here and bash your dad. Oh, his wife. Okay. So he's attached to the dark force. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, because I just didn't want to go right into like, wow, your dad's Darth Vader. Okay, but it's your dad's wife. So that's helpful. So you're probably having difficulty. That's so funny. It's his lover. It's your dad's lover that we're having an issue with. Very judgmental person. Maybe she's actually a judge. I don't know. Your dad sees you as a gem. And he also sees himself in you. Pray for him. He's with a shapeshifter. An animal. A vicious animal. pray for him. You're a healer. You can help to heal him. My mom's Darth Vader. I already took that one. You're going to have to come up with another one, Luke. So, Paula, you're a healer. And something about your energy is protecting your dad from the storm. Your energy protects him. That's funny. I didn't even think that. You're Luke. No, I'm Luke. You can't be Luke. I'm Luke. I'm going back to Mr. Merkabastic. Okay. So dry up your tears about this. And know that you're protecting him. You're protecting him from this destroyer. And when I say you're protecting him, I don't mean like you're physically protecting him. It's your spiritual energy that protects him. You can't see your protection. You can't see what you're doing to protect him, but he is protected by your love. By your love. All right. Yeah. Yeah, he's been I don't know when he married his wife, but possibly when he got married to his wife, she wasn't a shapeshifter. She's been murdered and replaced with a shapeshifter. So he's just fooled. He doesn't understand what's going on. But he is protected. And if I were you, I would just try to stay out of it. Because there's nothing you can do except for protect him with your love. Anything that you anything that you do to get involved in that is going to be conflict, and you want to avoid it at all costs. Thanks for letting me read for you. I really appreciate that. Thanks for helping me out with that so I didn't totally destroy it. Oh, she won't let you buy them. Yeah, don't worry about that. He's protected by your love. There's nothing you can do physically to help him anyway. So you're right. You're perfect. Oh, did you hear the whole reading? Okay. Thanks, Paula. You're awesome too. Thanks for letting me read for you. You didn't get the whole reading? I'm going to give you a recap real quick. So, your dad married a lady who was... murdered and was replaced by a shapeshifter. He's completely confused. He doesn't know that she is not the same person that he once married. Or maybe she's just not the person he thought he married. I don't know how that worked. But either way, he's just confused. And there's nothing you can do to protect him in the physical. But your love in the spiritual is protecting him. And as the veil lifts, he will figure it out on his own. Like, don't try to talk to him about it or anything. All right. Bree, what's your question? Is she still here? Hey, Conscious Collective, how are you? Don't I know you? I forget there's so many. I forget. Good. Nice to see you. You want a reading? I'll throw some cards for you if you want. Oh, you already thought that, Paula? Awesome. I'm so glad I could clarify that for you. Honestly, talking about this stuff sounds wackadoodle. I just say it anyway, but I'm always glad when you're like, when you guys are like, yeah, that confirms instead of like, holy shit, you are batshit crazy, aren't you? Going through it with my father and lover. Don't tell me your father is your lover. Just kidding. That would be a problem. Sorry, I have a bad sense of humor. Yeah, we'll put these. At least you have a sense of humor. You know, you never know. There's some far off places in the hills of Tennessee. I know. I am silly. All right, let's see what's going on with Conscious. The farther gate, bold step forward. I get reconciliations inverted. Confidence in your magic, magician's sword. Inverted obstacles. Resourcefulness, radical acceptance, and limitless possibilities. Well, Conscious, it looks to me like you're leaving some stuff behind. Let's pull some tarot. It looks to me like some truths are coming out about some stuff that you're not too happy with. Yeah. You found out some information you're not very happy with, and you're not going to let it be an obstacle to your growth or to your life anymore. So what you're doing is you're taking stock of your resources, what you have in your basket, so to say, to rebuild a new life with. And it looks to me like you have radical acceptance of what is and what is not love at this point. And this bridge is showing up here. You're going from one realm to another. You're skipping town. Over here on the other side of the bridge, you don't know what's there, but Spirit's saying there's limitless possibilities. It's anything and everything you could ever want. You just need to leave this old behind. And this card, the reconciliation, the wailing tree, came up in inverse. This is Spirit saying there's too much pain here to reconcile. There's too much. You've already seen the truth. You already know what is to be true. And you realize that those truths were causing you serious obstacles. So you're reconsidering for sure And you're taking a leap of faith, it looks like. Man, I need some ice. This drives me nuts. I feel like my mouth won't. I don't know. I just hate not having ice. Anyways, let's pull some tarot on this. I'm done with processing pain. Yeah, there's only so much you can do at a time. I don't know if you've noticed with me, if, like, when I'm sitting on here processing pain, it's like I'll only do it for so long, and then I'm like, okay, we got to change the subject, because, yeah, you do it a little bit at a time. Only what you can handle. And God knows what you can handle, so you get it at the perfect time. But look, you got a 10 of Cups coming in. Happy family. And this is after a bunch of debauchery. You probably been drinking too much, something like that, to numb the pain. And what happens when you do that is you just, because, like, okay, so you're around all these toxic people. They're lowering your vibration just by being around them. And so you feel your vibration lowering. This makes you angry. And so you drink to numb the anger, so you don't care. You can't. I swear, you drink because you care too much. Drinking makes you not care. But so does ascension. Ascension makes you not care too. And drinking will actually prevent you from ascending. So it looks to me like you're coming out of that. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I drink too, is because I care way too much. And it made me not care. But what's funny is it didn't take me long after I quit drinking to not care. Anyway, part of ascension is not caring. Anger is really not that hard to temper. Justified anger, in my opinion, is not that hard to temper. What's hard to temper is pain mixed with anger. Because it goes off the rails. You get crazy with it. So once you process the pain, the anger is not the issue, honestly. It's the caring too much. And once you cry about everything that you care about, and you say, it's okay, we're not going to do that again, then you literally don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care that Israel's being blown off the map. I don't care that I'm homeless and that my kids have been torn from me. I don't care that I am stuck in a box. I don't care. You know, I just don't. And that's part of the strength you gain from stopping drinking. It doesn't take that long. Does it feel numb? Yeah, a little bit. But it's only because I've processed those emotions already. So they don't, like, things don't trigger me. So I feel kind of numb because I don't get triggered. Because I've cried all that stuff out. I'm dry. I just found out that my mom's a serial killer, has killed everybody in my life that I love. I just found that out yesterday. And I cried for maybe 2 minutes about it. And I didn't care anymore. I just don't care. What's done is done. It was already done. It doesn't change anything, knowing that it was her the whole time. So yeah, it does numb you a little bit, but that's exactly what you need. Yeah, I know. I'm a serial carer myself. You know, you just care about everything and everybody. And so you drink to stop caring because nobody cared about you. You know, you didn't get that return. you didn't get that equal reciprocity. So your cup was constantly dry. I I already knew it. There's so many times in my life I can't tell you that I've been like, I'll bet you that was this, and I'll bet you, but it was like I don't have any proof. So I would just dismiss it until I started realizing that when I'm doing readings for other people, the shit's hitting. And when I and it's hitting for me too, I'm getting confirmation after confirmation that I was just like, "Oh my gosh, like this is really real. It's really really real." You know? Like not just like, "Oh, that could have been magic. That could have like that's how I used to read tarot. Like that could have, you know, it would help me think and stuff like that." But it wasn't like, "Oh, that's for real for real." Like somebody's whispering in my ear and stuff. Like they are now. I forget what the point of that was. So, yeah, let me get some tarot. I forget what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, we were talking about the drinking and the caring part. So, yeah, once I quit drinking, for like, I don't know, you get really bad anxiety for a couple weeks. Well, of course you have, yep. Honey, you're already asking, and you already know. And I already know too, because that is the rule of thumb with empaths. You attract narcissists. Narcissists love empaths, and empaths feel obligated to narcissists to change them, to even to keep them from harming somebody else. Like, you know, they're just gonna do this to the next girl. I might as well just fucking handle them and at least rid the world of this fuck. Like, that's what empaths do. So if you're still dealing with caring too much and drinking, I'm almost 100% positive that your boyfriend is a narcissist, because that's the paradigm you're in right now. You need to separate from your boyfriend for a couple weeks, quit drinking altogether, go through the anxiety that it'll only last like really heavy for about 3 days. Go through that anxiety a couple weeks of not having the alcohol you're used to. Just tough it out. Drink a lot of water. Try to rest and stay secluded. And stay away from your boyfriend. And after that time, then you can properly assess him and what his qualities truly are. Likely he is a shapeshifter. Um, Likely if you look into his eyes, you'll see no soul. Likely he angers very easy. Likely he's a drug addict or an alcoholic. Likely he overeats. Likely he's a sex addict. I'm not even going to go into the smells of reptiles. But that's how you tell them. And they have no compassion for you whatsoever. They don't have a compassionate bone in their body. And if it seems like they do, it's an accident. Yeah. Yep. What about the sex? They're very sexual. Sex probably good. Yeah. It's very animalistic. It's fun, I think. But once you know what it is, it's definitely not something you want to redo. Oh yeah, we forgot about that. They're also on the down low. The reptilians. They are gay for pay. Um, or I learned about this too, actually, from, it's really weird. It was from my shapeshifter. I'm not even gonna go really deep into it, but like we were hanging out in the basement and we were throwing darts, and my neighbor from across the street was over, and my we'll call him just Fakey, said something about how my neighbor had just asked him if he was into cuckolding, and I didn't even know what that was. I'm like, I don't even know what that is, but I looked it up the next day. I'm like, what's cuckold? And I was like, what? So I don't know if that was something that Fakey was bringing up, like he wanted to do something like that, but that's kind of what I've gotten in a roundabout way since then. Because like on his Facebook page, he had like 4 people wish him happy birthday, and one of them was like a trans. Which, during it, he's obsessed with sex, yeah. I'm sure. They're all obsessed with sex. I would be too if I could get a decent person to have sex with, but it's not worth it. Sex is awesome. Hidden cameras, where? Are you talking to Conscious or are you talking to me? I don't do multiple partners. I think that's gross. Regardless of, and honestly, my own personal, I don't even know if I should be saying this in public, but my own personal feelings on it, a man that would get with a man isn't really my cup of tea. I want a man that's like totally into women. Like that's their thing. Not a man that'll flip or flop anyway, which way, like that would turn me off so bad. It would be, I'd be out of the room so fast. There's just no way. I don't do 2 women and 1 man. I don't do 2 men and 1 woman. I don't do any of that weird stuff. That is just it's just unclean. That's gross. It's fucking gross. I don't even, like, even when I don't have a boyfriend, and I, like, because I used to be very sexual, but even if I didn't have a boyfriend, and if I started sleeping with somebody, I would only sleep with that person, even if we weren't exclusive, that wasn't my boyfriend, anything. Like, I've never slept with more than 1 man at any given time. Like, if I ever got pregnant, I know who the dad is. They might not be my boyfriend, but I know who the dad is. Shizzle. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that either. If a man likes seeing me with somebody else, I like a possessive man, honestly. It sounds weird, but I like a man that wants me for himself. Just me. Because that's how I am. When I'm in love with somebody, I only see that person. And I expect the same in return. Otherwise, it just turns me off. Any other questions? Yeah, he's definitely not in this power. I don't know. It's just weird to me. I need a man. I like a manly man. That's just me. If I were right. If I were I don't know. Like I don't really get the I guess I'm kind of I'm like a tomboy. I've always rode dirt bikes and built tree forts and all that stuff, and I've always been very defensive against sexist shit. So I've always been somewhat androgynous anyway, I guess. But that made it, for me, it's like I can't date a man that's not a man's man, because it makes me feel too masculine. Because I'll just flip and take over shit. If people won't take charge of situations, I will. I don't mind stepping back and letting other people take charge, but like the problem is I'm always a stronger personality, and I'll just take over. And then when I take over in a relationship, I'm done. I'm already bored. I'm fucking bored. Yeah, he's got to be more manly than me. That's the thing. I mean, it's nice that the house is clean and dinner's on the table, but bro, it'd be a lot nicer if you just go get a job. Build your muscles up a little bit. Get some calluses on those hands, you know what I mean? Yeah, you need a man. You need a real man. I'm gonna clear this. Yeah, you have a great day too. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for your energy. It was a pleasure reading for you. I'm glad I could help you with that, because the whole empath narcissist paradigm is one of the biggest tricks in this game, is that we just love the shit out of people that know how to play us. We just love everybody. That's really it. And they know how to play us because they've literally been playing this game. Like, they've been alive for thousands of years. We've been dying and reincarnating. They just go and shapeshift into something else. They don't even die. They've been around. Or if they do die, I don't know, they just go right into another body. They don't lose their memory the way we do between lives. They remember it all. I guess you are still in here, Jen. I was about to ask. Once you recognize narcissism, you see it in every person around you. You realize you've attracted all these people exactly like each other. Hey, Jerry. Hi, nice to see you. Yeah, here's the thing. Is unhealed people are the same as shapeshifters, basically. Except for they are unaware of what they're doing. But they are being inhabited by the same demons that the shapeshifters are. The same, like, envy, jealousy, all that stuff. They're inhabited by all the same demons. So even humans that are unhealed will act just like shapeshifters. They just don't know what they're doing. That's the only difference. That's why they're almost, as long as they're turning towards God, they're almost all going to make it into heaven, you know? Because they just don't have a clue. But the shapeshifters know what they're doing. So even if they're not a shapeshifter, they're just an unhealed human, it doesn't matter, because they're going to have the same traits. Anybody that is a starseed is going to be attacked by the dark force. Anybody that's around you that has darkness in them is going to attack you, which means basically everybody is going to attack you in the real world. Everyone. There are very few earth angels walking around that aren't going to attack you. And then when you find one, the shapeshifters fucking kill them off. Because they weren't, I don't know, I guess because they weren't chosen, they weren't immortal like we are. Just, it's like we can't die, but everyone around us gets killed off. That's of God. Yeah, I know. That's why I feel like hiding in a hole. And that's basically what I'm doing. But that's why I feel like it's the end. Because, I mean, how long could God really expect us to just hide out? It's got to be the end. Yeah, we're lighting up the darkness, and they hate us for it. They should thank us. They should thank us and come home, but they're not that smart. You know, I've found most recently, especially since I started this, you know, like the past 3 years or whatever, where I really knew what the mission was, and that the end of the world was here. At least I knew that. Um, but ever since then, what was I gonna say? Their tactics have just become so much more obvious what they're actually doing, and the fact that they're all up against me, all of them, one person. They're all invaded by the demons. So the only thing to do is completely seclude yourself, even from people you love, because they're not healed yet. It gets old, but when you're sitting by yourself, you're not being attacked. When you turn your phone off, you're not being attacked. And then you find that peace, and that's the only peace you need, is the peace right here, right now. That's all you need. And it's from that place that you generate your future, you manifest. Yep, it's true. Hi, y'all. Hey, Crystal. Hey, Water Slay. Yeah, and the hardest thing for starseeds about secluding yourselves, and this was a really big trick in the game too, is that you love love more than anything, and so you're constantly seeking out people to give you love, and that's the opposite of secluding yourself. So you keep on getting attacked, re-traumatized, having to heal again, and then you go back out to try to find love again, and you get attacked again, re-traumatized, and it's just this vicious cycle until finally you're just like, I don't want to go back out there and mix with the animals. I just don't. And that's when you really find your true healing. That's when you become friends with yourself, because there's no one else to be friends with. There's no one else to talk to except for God. So it's really a genius plan, because then you find God again, and then we figure out what's going on, that we're in an illusion. Then we wake other people up. Then we all get together and we push the button and bring an end to this shit show. Yeah. So it's difficult, but we're doing it, and we're at the end of it. I mean, we're all, I think, from the people I've been talking to, we are all pretty much secluded, completely secluded. You know, some people still have their regular jobs and stuff, but they're even those people that I talk to are like secluding themselves at work as much as possible. God is getting us all in our safety pods, is what I just heard. For landing. Okay, for landing. I don't know what that means. But basically what I'm picturing is we're all in these like, I don't know if you ever took 7th grade shop class, but we had to make little carts that would go down a ramp and crash into a wall that would hold an egg, and the egg wouldn't break. Okay? Right now, God has got us all in these little carts.
to keep us from breaking on re-entry, is what I just heard. And I don't get what they're talking about, this landing and re-entry shit. I don't know. Maybe somebody else can explain that to me. We're landing a ship. I don't know. God, you guys make me sound so crazy. Re-entry. Yeah. It's so weird because, and thank you for confirming that for me, Conscious, because it's just so weird. Like, you hear this stuff and you're like, what are you talking about? And they try to explain stuff to me in a way I can understand, but it still doesn't make any sense. And it's nice that when I talk to other starseeds and they're like, yeah, I heard that too. And I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm not the only one. So then we can, like, because then when we can confirm that we're hearing the same stuff. Like, I have a friend who journals, and I read through a bunch of her journals, and I was like, when I first met her, and I was like, this is so weird, because everything in her journal is stuff that I had come up with. I don't really journal. I mean, I do journal a little bit to get a few things down, but anyways, I don't have journals like her. I don't like writing that much. But I was reading her journal, and it was so weird because the information, it's not out of the Bible. It's not. It's out of the sky. That's where this information comes from, and it was exactly what I was told. She had the exact story I had, and it's not the story out of the Bible. It's not. And we're right on the same target. And it was so much confirmation for me, because it's like I've been getting all these downloads for like 2 years about the end of the world and all this stuff and the way things were going and how all this was going to work. And and I'm a scientist. Had all this stuff mapped out in my mind of how I thought it went to the best of my ability without having the proper organization, the closet organization space to hang all this information in my brain. I had organized it as best as I could and read through her journal, and it was exactly the same. And I was just like, damn, I was like, we're both getting downloads individually, but we're being given the exact same information. I was floored. So I don't know why I went off on that, but oh yeah, because the confirmation. Thank you for confirming that, because this information it's weird because we don't know what it means necessarily, but when we try to describe it the best we can, and then we see somebody else describing it the best they can, and it's almost exactly the same, it's like, it's pretty mind-blowing. It's pretty mind-blowing stuff that Spirit is able to get through all this information to all of us pretty much exactly the same. It has to do with the military force. And this goes back to, this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going to tell you something I know about our military force. We are mantis beings from the 12th dimension, which is the highest dimension that I know of. We are gods and goddesses of the 12th dimension. The mantis beings they look like praying mantises. They're insects. And they have insect qualities, like the way they communicate. They communicate through telepathy. Oh, that's so cool. I love Twin Peaks. There's only 3 people in the room, Legend. That's why. I'm wearing a helmet. I'm wearing a helmet and I'm on the short bus right now. God's got me in a special protected pod. Oh, shizzle. So yeah, that's cool. You've been getting the same information too. It's just so cool that we can confirm everything. Mantis beings were the first beings that came in my consciousness that were different than humans. Me too, actually. I met them before the Arcturians. And they came into my room and they communicate through tapping. It sounds like SOS, but I can't understand it, but I do it on the roof of my mouth too. Like that's mantis beings. I don't know what it means, but that's the mantis being in me coming through. And they've done that, and the only reason I know that is because they've come and tapped on my bed for hours one time, trying to let me know something. I couldn't understand it. Or maybe they're just trying to let me know this is mantis communication. You know, just getting the layers removed and getting me deeper into my military mission. But the mantis beings, they sit in the 12th dimensional beings that, from what I know of, they basically don't do anything most of the time. They sit and observe. They're gods and goddesses that manifest from, they're like Buddhas. You know, they don't really do a whole lot. But they also are, they've done a lot already in their life, is what I just heard, in their soul's evolution. They've evolved all the way up to the 12th dimension, and they're kind of resting. But they're highly evolved. And I guess when it comes to doing major missions like this, of turning a fear-based society into a love-based society, they get involved and they will incarnate to help God. And that's us. We're these mantis beings. And we've also incarnated, like, put it this way, to become a mantis being from the 12th dimension, you have to have incarnated on every single planet, basically. We are older than dirt. We're old, like super old. We've incarnated on all the loving planets. We've incarnated on even the, places like Earth that are fear-based. I don't know why I went into that, but yeah, we're mantis beings. Mm-hmm. Yep, I am an observer too. Yep, yo warrior. Listen, your mom, get the hell out of here. Fucking my mom. Why don't you just say my mom so when I read it, I know exactly who it is. I thought we already deleted that one. Hi, Hanjin. How's it going? Hola, Camelo, Caballo. I love Spanish. Yo, 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 yo. What's MRO? I be smoking. You be smoking? Cool, thank you. I'll see it. I'll subscribe to your channel too. If you make videos, I'll check you out. You know that I was thinking that was Jen. I was thinking that was a demon because, well, it's not just that all Spanish speakers are, but I've got these Peruvians after me too. I got the Peruvians after me. Caballo, that might be a Peruvian name. Camelo, Camelo, something like that. So we're reflecting on our kindness and compassion. How much kindness and compassion we've had for people throughout our lives. Yeah, it's a horse. Yep. It probably isn't even a real name. Is that what you're saying? It's just some Spanish mumbo jumbo. We've had to learn how to survive, adapt, and be reliable. And reliable especially to ourselves. The Merkaba. Movement, long distance, travel, excitement. We're getting ready to move, family. And I know a lot of you just moved, but I hate to say it, you're about to move again. Everyone's moving. Nobody's staying where they're at. Because here's the thing about where you're at. God placed all star seeds in the worst places. That's why I'm in the home of Dow Chemical. Like, it's one of the worst places on earth. Where, as Bella put it one time, we're put in places around the earth where God is not welcome. That's where God puts us, is where God is not welcome. And so that's what we have to deal with straight away. As soon as we're bored, God wasn't welcome there. And you have this glow of God around you, this crystal aura that until you strengthen it, your crystal aura will absorb other people's auras and energies. I struggled with that my whole life. I would take on the character, personality, everything. Like, just being around somebody, I would start to feel like I was them. I'd feel all their emotions. I didn't know who I was because I felt everybody else so deeply that I was confused. I thought I was crazy because I didn't know how come I would spiral so much in my emotions, and I couldn't control them. I couldn't figure out why I was feeling certain ways. I thought I was batshit crazy. But it has to do with having a crystal aura. And when your crystal aura is weakened, the darkness can invade it and like totally control your energy and make you act out of character. Not that it's an excuse. It's kind of like the same thing as alcohol. It makes you act out of character, but you're still responsible for your actions because you still know the difference between right and wrong. But at the same time, you feel their stuff, their urges to do wrong. It's like the devil on the shoulder stuff. That's actually absorbing other people's energy is what that actually is. And it's from your aura not being strong enough, because crystal auras will absorb any color because they encompass all the colors. Crystal auras and rainbow auras, I think, are very similar. Because rainbows are crystal, all the colors together. If you take light on a projector, if you take a yellow light, a green light, and a red light, and I don't know why it's not the primary colors. It seems like it would be blue, but it's not. It's green. But it's basically all the colors of the rainbow. And you combine them, all three of those colors, into one central spot on a screen. That central spot will be white. It makes white light. All the colors combined is white. Or clear. It's funny how color theory and auras and science and everything, it all relates. It's all the same thing. You can describe anything by describing something else because it's exactly the same. Do I have any pets? No. I got nothing. I got nothing right now. Everything was stripped from me. My kids, my pets, my home, my family, my friends. Everything was stripped from me. Alchemy, the Philosopher's Stone, infinity, destiny, magic. So you're moving a long distance away, and this is your destiny, and it's gonna be magic. It's not sad to me anymore because I process that pain. I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. It's the end of the world. And all that stuff had to go for me to create my new beautiful world. And honestly, all of that was needing revamping. Either revamping or deleting, you know. And my kids need some time away from me to heal anyway. So, and we're going to be reunited. And everything else is going to just drop away. And that's fine. I'm glad to see it go. Hopefully I'm able to keep my dog. I don't know how that's going to go at this point. But probably, because there's still people at my house taking care of my dog. Dogs, actually, but my son's taking care of one. And the other one's my daughter's. So that's my responsibility, because she's 10. But he shouldn't be too much of a problem. He's kind of small. He's actually, I got this dog from the pound. I like to break people out of prison. I'm big into, like, I always send people money in prison, write people in prison. I don't want anybody to feel like they've been forgotten in prison. And when I get dogs, I like to go to the pound to get them. And this was one of those dogs. And his name is Rhythm. I named him Rhythm. But my daughter needed a dog, so this is the dog I got her. And this dog is the shelter, the dog pound in Midland takes in animals from kill shelters. And there's this kill shelter, I guess, down in, like, I think it's in Amarillo, where Izzy used to live. But it's right on the border. And they have dogs that, you know, they pick up these strays, and they had a mother and all of her puppies. And I got one. I like to get puppies because it's harder to train older dogs. I know it's important, and some dog trainers are really good at it. I'm just not a dog trainer. It's easier for me to handle a puppy. Anyways, so I found this puppy, and we were looking at, you know, I was like, I think that's a dingo, because this dog looks like a dingo. And it's actually not a dingo. Lily found a picture of it. It's a wild dog from Australia, whatever those are called. I forget what it's called, but literally, it's the exact same picture. This is a wild dog from Australia. And my neighbor has my old neighbors, I don't live there anymore, but they have a puppy mill. And their dogs, like, crawled under my fence. Well, one of them did, and Rhythm killed it. Like, right away, like, done. And I was like, holy, I mean, like, I know, like, dogs are wild, but, like, this dog's wild. And I don't know why the neighbor got really upset about it, but didn't plug the hole up. And another puppy came under the fence the next day. Rhythm fucking killed it. And then finally Lily went out there and plugged the hole up. And, but yeah, so that's when I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a wild dog. This isn't a normal dog. He's really smart and he's really cool, but he's wild. He's like a dingo. Anyways, I don't know why. Oh yeah, you asked if I had any pets. I do. How old? I don't know. He's like a year old now. His birthday was in May. Something like that. Or, I don't know. I don't know. I have to pee again, though. I'll be right back. Did you guys miss me? Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you. Good, I didn't take too long. You want a reading? Break time. Let's come back live later. All right, how long do you want to take a break for, Jen? A couple hours? Let me know when you want to come back. We'll come back then. I was thinking kind of break would be nice anyway. Like go smoke a cigarette, listen to some music, something like that. But I hate Jen because you're my main defense in here. So I hate just coming on not knowing if you're busy or whatever. You know, because I need you here. You're so sweet. I love you so much. All right, I'll be on when I feel like it. It'll probably be soon. I miss you guys when I'm gone. My 2 or 3 friends and all the demons that come in to say hi. All right, guys, I love you. Thanks for the 10 likes, by the way. I appreciate that. I will see you guys in a bit. And we'll get some more readings out. We got to get to the bottom of all this shenanigans so we can cut everybody out once and for all. I think that's what time it is. Some of us are still struggling to separate, so I'm going to go ahead and help you with that. All right. Love you guys. I will see you soon. Bye.